Hey everyone, I have a surprisingly nice palette from Bare Essentials or BareMinerals today. It's called Bare Sensuals. I have that on today and I've kind of become obsessed with the new by Terry Sun Designer palette. This one is called number 4, Savannah Love. I have this on my cheeks today and I'll tell you how surprised I am by it. But first, the BareMinerals, just giant palette. Look at that. Bare Sensuals. A lot of times in the past, I have not been just super impressed with BareMinerals palettes like this. They're always laid out like this with a little sort of ovally rounded pans, and they always have the same number of shadows in them. For instance, the BareMinerals Nudes, I have this one, much smaller looking palette, but same configuration in the shadows. I'm not just terribly impressed with this one. I did a video on it. I don't even know if I even uploaded it. This is just, the colors are just very gross. They're just kind of greenish, grayish, very yellowy based. Wasn't real impressed with them, and some of them were quite unpigmented and chalky looking. This palette is quite a bit better, and I thought it would be, and that is why I got it. I could tell by the colors that this was going to be one that I can use a lot because it has peaches, pinks, and purples in it. So I do love the purples. I tried this on in the store, and I found them to be quite decent formulas. On all of these. I will swatch these for you and I'll show you what I applied today. We have Hard to Get and Exposed. Those are 2 mattes. I'm going to start way down here on my arm. I have Exposed on as my highlighter today. It is a very light pink frost. Then we have Indulge and Fortune right here. Fortune. Indulge is a light gray, kind of unusual. Kind of not really a color I think I would wear. It's like a purplish gray. Turn down the colors. These are kind of light. Then we have Waltz and Shazam. A couple of my favorite colors out of this palette. It is Waltz and this one is Shazam. Waltz is a very light lavender. I do have that on my lid today. And then Shazam is a deeper pink, peach. Then we have Hot Spell and Cloud 9. Love Cloud 9. Look at that right there. A copper rose gold. Look at this one, this bright purple. Gorgeous. Then we have Mystify and Lure. I do have Lure in my crease today. It's Lure. Persuasion and Ensemble. I have both of those on today. This is Ensemble. It's a dark plum. It looks black, but it's a dark plum. There's 2 down there. And then we have Catalyst and Upgrade. Upgrade is a silvery pewter. Metallic. Ooh, that's pretty. Here are all of them. So see how pretty they all are together? A lot of rosy coppers, rosy, and then a lot of grays and grayish purples thrown in here. Here's how I applied them today. So starting out with my lids primed with my Milani eye primer, I did apply the color called Lure crease, and that one is a dusty mauve color. It is a matte. Very good blendability on that one. Inner corner sort of my eye, I put Shazam. Now that one is really sheer. There's not a lot of pigment to that one. You may not even really be able to see it on my eye. Then I did Waltz over my rest of my lid, which is a light lavender. Has the tiniest bit of a sheen to that one. Outer part of my lid, I put Mystify. That one has a little bit of micro glitter in it. It's a violet with micro glitter. Very outer corner, I put Ensemble. That is a deep blackened plum. My highlighter, I used Hard to Get, which is a very pale pink, and it does have a bit of a frost to it. It does not really look like it in the pan. It looks matte. And I applied a little bit of Persuasion above my crease, sort of transitioning between the highlight and my crease. To line under my eyes, I used Mystify in the outer half of my eye, and I took Cloud 9, which is a coppery rose gold, and put that in here and over Put that in my inner corner and over to the rest of my liner on the bottom. There's not a real good inner corner brightener on this palette, like a light gold or a light bright champagne or a bright white metallic. So I didn't really do too much with that today, but here's how everything turned out. I lined my upper lash line with an eyeliner I got for free from Jouer. And I really liked it. I have never looked at these before. I got this for free for ordering the entire spring collection from Jouer, the rose gold stuff. This one's called Matte Plum. It is a matte eyeliner, and I think that's what makes it so pretty. It's a very, very pigmented matte, very pigmented. This one's a deep plum, and it's very soft. I wasn't thinking it was going to be that soft, but it is a very soft, blendy sort of pencil. Really like that one. I'm going to have to look into getting some more of their pencils then. Okay, I have kind of grown obsessed with this by Terry Sun Designer palette. I have another one of these from last year. It seems like they do every summer or springtime they do one of these. And this is the one where you have the little wavy lines of different colors. Now the one I had last year was sort of warmer. It had more coral and more orangey tones to it. I love this one. I've become obsessed with it. So you have these wavy lines, and I think this palette really lends itself to mixing a couple of the colors together because of those wavy lines and because they're fairly narrow. So unless you have a really narrow brush, which I do have, it's kind of hard to stay within those lines and just get one color. So I think it kind of lends itself to mixing, which is not a bad thing because you can mix two of these colors and get something that's really fairly unique. I'll swatch each of them individually and then I'll show you how I wore them today. So this side I think is supposed to be sort of more of a bronzer or contoury side. This side is sort of a blushy highlightery side. This one is called Savannah Love. It says number 4 on it. I guess it's the 4th one that they've come out with. Very summery. So you have this light mocha-y color here. I'll swatch these on my hand. You have this sort of mid-tone bronzer. And then you have this deep bronzer right here, which I think is very pretty. I don't know what I could do with that. I can't wear that on my cheek. It's too dark. But boy, that's gorgeous. Okay, those are those 3. See how nice and pink kind of that one is? Here are the 3 on the other side. Love this pale baby pink. I have this on today. That one has a bit of a shine to it. Then we have this sort of very bronzy gold, very orangey bronzy gold. Then we have a berry colored blush at the bottom. Oh, that's pretty. That's like a strawberry pink. So you can see how you could combine some of these fairly easily and it would come out really pretty. So what I ended up doing today was I mixed these 2 colors right here together to get a sort of a contour, but a bronze or a cheek warm-up. And I put that more toward the back of my cheek. And then I had so much fun. This color is so pretty. This color highlights itself. This baby pink up here, I put that in the center here of my cheek and sort of swept it back and blended it with the rest. Sort of kept it to my apple of my cheek and my highlight cheekbone area because it does shine when you put it on. It does have a sheen and it does a very nice highlight. Of course, I went back and put a highlight on top because you know me and my highlights, but this makes a good highlight by itself. Very excited to try this berry color and maybe mix it a little bit with that gold. Excited to try that, but yeah, that pink definitely highlights itself. I really like the tone that I got from mixing these top 2 on the bronzer side over here. So for my actual highlighter today, I used the Becca Rose Gold highlighter. Hadn't used that one in a while, hadn't broken that one out. I really like this by Terry Sun Designer palette. I like it much better than the one I used to have. That one was a little on the coral side, a little orangey for me. I think this one works out much better. So as always, thanks for watching. Your continued support is amazing to me, and I've got lots more videos coming up. I have a lot filmed. I just have to edit them and get them out there. I'm buying and buying and buying. So lots of makeup.